I think it's fair. I think it is more fair to say that studios, reaction, studios or talent must self-police. I mean, sometimes it's also happened that when I file sexual abuse cases for a talent that's brave enough to speak, the studio covers up or the station covers up. There is in law a requirement for all companies, whether it be studio, agency, to set up this
CODI, that's
CODI.
Committee on Decorum and Investigation.
Committee on Decorum, okay, and Investigation, which is supposed to self-police abuses in the workplace. Workplace must be a safe place. In fact, DOLE even has the requirement of ensuring that these young kids who are talents get vicarious education through online distance.
Alternative learning
Yeah,
sessions.
but,
Yes, okay, so
yeah.
so to say that the studios can wash their hands off when it comes to a talent complaining should make the studio solidarily liable with the offender. And that's an amendment that the law
Okay,
should look
but what
into.
about industry practice, Edwin?
Yes.
Industry practice, itong mga generic contract eh. Generic contract na you cannot. So that's fact or fiction?
That's fact.
Oh, diba? So it's fact.
Yeah.
What do we now do with these generic contracts or contracts like, requiring a minor, 15-year-old, to enter into a contract?
Well, again, going back to that requirement of a 15-year-old talent entering into a contract, there are laws governing contracts entered into by minors, and we enforce that.
In the case of parents, they are allowed naman to consult lawyers before signing contracts. But I guess the reality is not too many really do.
So what we need is to get a number of congressmen and congresswomen to pass a law that stipulates that no contract can be entered into unless there are lawyers on both sides.
Well, easier said than done
Yes,
because
it's lawyer.
it could be a company lawyer assigned.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay,
for
so-
for the company,
No,
but for the individual.
For the individual. Sasabihin ng company, lalo na, kunyari, galing probinsya, yung mga magulang, talent na walang kilala sa industry, hat na mag-earn na. So sasabihin ng kumpanya, kung hindi niyo po kaya magkaroon ng abogado, kami na mag-hire para sa inyo. Para tulungan kayo. So,
Hindi ba kaya ng DOLE at least to provide that? Because i-reviewin nyo lang naman yung contract.
Hindi po. Wala pa pong ganong access to legal assistance of that kind that we provide.
Wala pa.
Yes.
Not
that we
yet,
provide to workers. At the most, legal assistance is being provided to the indigent.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So,
that's my issue.
Yes.
Because Attorney Kapunan is representing the stars.
Yes.
Yung mga tala.
Hindi naman
paano
lang.
yung mga lumuhod na? According to
Sito
Sharon Cuneta.
Sito naman, marami akong pro bono na talents. I mean, I've been helping industry, but maybe as a starter, no, because legislation might be too big a step. Maybe
Why is it too big a step? I mean, it's going to protect these minors and these poor people. If there's a law and it requires the DOLE or the PAO na just to review the contract. Because I sincerely want them protected because as Asek Benjo pointed out, marami dito, tigagawa lang ng kape. Ginawang talent, 10 years, walang Christmas bonus, walang 13-month pay, walang kontrata.
Well, for that particular case, sir, we provide assistance, legal and regulatory assistance for those instances.
Yeah, attorney.
maybe looking at specific contract provisions.
Yeah.
Okay, not in the general clause. For one, unilateral extension should be null and void. Number one. Number
okay.
two, unilateral termination only by the agent or the manager is null and void.
Yung
From the
sila lang
start.
ang pwedeng mag-terminate, hindi ako pwedeng mag-terminate ng
Yung
contract.
breach of contract
Oh.
ng agent ng breach of contract ng company or manager, which is not a ground for termination. Yung breach of contract ng talent, kunyari malaswang or is already a ground for termination, but there is no such thing as breach of contract. So, if there is anything, because we cannot assign lawyers, we cannot also self-police. If we provide a law that says the following provisions, if found in a contract,
are deemed void.
ab initio.
Okay.
I think one of the biggest come-ons that studios and talent agencies tell, say, newcomers or minors in the industry is that when signing a contract, this is the same contract that our superstar signed. Look where she is now and all that. So that seems like a pretty convincing case for the newcomer na gusto nga sumikat, na pirmahan nila yung kontrata.